That's a beautiful looking autumn morning. We have just had an update last night, which is why my mirrors are folded out. Okay, doors have opened. This is good. So let's see what they've given us here. And they've optimized the map so that when you go out, you will see where all the charging spots are. That was pretty much all right, I think, before, but it could have been better. So hopefully when we test that out, we'll see what that's like. And let's go into here. Is there a YouTube app? I'm having a sneaky feeling that there isn't one. Nope, there isn't one. I was expecting big things, like I was expecting massive changes, but I didn't get a lot of massive changes on the update. But there were some changes nonetheless. So first of all, some of the main features of the update was the improved map. I can see that they've messed around with the UI on the map a little bit, so it looks a little bit more like you're using your iPhone. My only issue with that is that with the map is that it's not as intuitive as using your Apple Maps, where you can see the possible routes nearby and pick a route that you want by just clicking it on the screen, rather than going through the process of checking for alternative routes, and you have to click a button and check, and then actually, you know what I'm talking about, this nonsense here. So if I go into let's come out of the route overview. You have to click a button, go into alternative routes, and then when you go into alternative routes, it's going to load up on the side over there. Then they'll give you the extra routes and so on, and not until you click it and then you say, okay, I want to go that way, that's when it tells you, oh, by the way, you picked that route, there's loads of traffic. It's really annoying, whereas you can already see that when you do it on the iPhone. The other thing, I was struggling for a long time with this. You know, you're driving to work or you're driving home, whatever the case might be, you're jamming, you're just singing, enjoying yourself, and then boom, traffic information comes over the radio, and it is loud. It just ruins the whole vibe in your car. So one of the things that the update has brought is that now you're able to completely disable that. Now, I'm sure you could disable it from before, but I just never found it. I searched high and low and I couldn't find it, but now it's there on the screen, disable it. So I've disabled that now, because sometimes, it just messes up with your vibes. They've brought on some new apps onto the screen. So the Octopus Electroverse app is on there, which is good because I am an intelligent Octopus customer. So with that being said, I am able to access, those kinds of services, and I get my charging at a discount. Thank you, Octopus. But yeah, that's pretty good. This niggly pesky message about high energy use when the car isn't being used is coming up quite a lot these days. So maybe this is a trip down to BMW to have them look at that, because somehow it's probably doing something to drain the battery when the car is not being used. But I am not actually seeing that. When I come the next day, I don't have like a percentage less. So I can't see like the phantom drain, or maybe overnight it's not enough to drain the battery that much. All right, everybody, so I got a really cool thing to show you. So I'm nearly at my destination, and before I arrive, I got to sort out charging. I've got another 200 miles to do tomorrow to head up the road. But as you know, we've had an update lately, and I want to show you something new that came with the update. And that thing new is, let's head over here to the old screen. So I'm going to go into my settings here. Now, one of the things that came up is this Electroverse in CarPlay. Now, this is from Octopus. I've got the card for this. I've had it now for a few months, but I've never used it. So I'm now in Brent, which is where my mother-in-law lives. I'm going to overnight here. Look at what you see as soon as you click into that. Now, I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos a long time ago that in Brent, they're very forward thinking. They have literally got like a whole bunch of car chargers in all the lampposts. So not many people up here have parking off street. So most people are parking on the street and they're paying a lovely premium to park on the street. But literally in just about every other lamppost, there's a car charger, 5 to 7 kilowatts. And also some of them are in the ground. Like you get a key, you stick it in, you pull it up, and then you go and you go and do your business, charge up your car. So I am going to try Octopus Electroverse now for the first time. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I get it right. I'll take you through the process and then let's see if it works for me. All right, cool. So I have this in 2 places now. So I've opened up my Electroverse app right there. And right outside my window is the charger that I'm hoping to start using in a moment. So that's the charger right there on my phone, but I can already see it here in the car. What's in the search menu? Frequently used nearby. Oh, okay. What's nearby? Retrieving locate. Ooh, now this is what I was actually looking for. So it says, well, loads of charges about. This is the one available, which is the one I'm sat right next to, 107 Buchanan Gardens. Let's have a quick look outside. Okay, so this is the charger unit here. Is 00192. All right, car is plugged in. So I believe that's the charger I'm on. And 107 Buchanan. The price from 55p, type 2, access via the Electroverse app, start charge. You see, that's me plugged in there. It's type 2, oh yeah, 00192, that's the one that I'm at. Select it, start charge. Oh, I can hear something happening. A charge has begun. Well, what do you know? So it reckons that sometime like after lunch tomorrow. Okay, so that says charging over there. Right, guys, that's a brand new experience for me there. Yeah, I'm actually quite happy with that. So I've got the card, I've got the app, and I can access all of this straight from the car, and I don't have to get the card out. Now that's a first. And that's a win. Thank you, Octopus. That's not bad. We'll take that. That's very easy. It is the day after the night that went before. And the car is fully charged over there. So we're looking at, well, I say fully charged. 95% is what I tend to go to, even when I'm going on long journeys, because obviously I'm trying to preserve my battery. Now, let's go on to Octopus and see what it is that they have afforded me on this one. All right, so I'm going to go to my Electroverse app. And in my Electroverse app, it will tell me what my charge was. So I've charged 67.59 kilowatts overnight. It's cost me 28 quid. Now, from here, I've been applied a discount of 5%, and that discount is because obviously I am a Intelligent Octopus customer. So I paid overnight 42p per kilowatt hour. The nice thing about it though, I've got 200 miles to go and the car reckons it can do 279 miles. So I won't need to charge on my way up to Manchester or to Wigan, which is where I'm really going. So I've decided that I'm not going to use the car's navigation system, and I'm going to use my phone navigation system because I think I have more flexibility with it. I was trying to work out what was bothering me the most about it, because I was using it, the car's navigation system that is, and I just wasn't getting what I wanted from it. On my phone, I can see other routes like live on the screen, and I can make decisions based on where I want to go. So for example, I'm now on the M1 and I'm going up north. I'll be coming off on the M6 real soon. But then when I come off on the M6, I have the choice of, do I go around Birmingham or do I take the M6 toll? The M6 toll is really expensive these days. It's gone up to, I think, £8.50 or something like that. So if I can avoid it, I will avoid it. And one of the nice things about my phone is that, which shows me that. So I can see other routes there straight away on the screen. And I can just touch the one that I want to use, and I can also see the traffic on that route. That's why I've sort of gone back to the phone's navigation system. Now, you might argue and say, well, how do you know then, you know, like when you need to charge? Well, I trust my car and I trust the battery. So I know how far I can realistically get. So right now I'm looking at 148 miles left in my journey, 2 hours, 28 minutes. And the car is telling me 77% I can do 277 miles based on my driving condition right now. So yeah, I don't need to charge. I'm cushy. I can make it straight to my destination, provided everything stays exactly as it is right now. So I am in the Birmingham traffic. And it's not that bad because I've been whizzing along here the whole time. And in there, as you can see, I've got my assisted driving is what they call it, assisted driving. So I've got that activated and you can see the steering wheel twitching. My hand is on the steering wheel and it's twitching a bit. That's because the car is doing all the work. No feet on the pedal, but nothing. Pedals are free. So, and the car is just doing all the work in the traffic. Now imagine I've been driving for a few hours now, so I'm really tired, a bit fatigued from all the driving. The nice thing about it is the car is doing all the heavy lifting. I just have a hand on the steering wheel, or both hands on the steering wheel for that matter, and I just let the car do its job. It's just chugging along in the traffic. It's steering to keep itself. As the traffic moves, the car moves, traffic stops, the car stops. So I'm not dealing with the stress of foot on the pedal, foot off the pedal, and all that sort of stuff. So trust me when I tell you, it is my most favorite option to put on the car. If you have a few bob when you're ordering one of these, pick that option. Ignore all the other options. Actually, no, don't ignore all the other options. That visibility pack would be probably a good idea, or at least the laser lights, because the cornering lights, the lack of those, I've spoken about those in like 2 of my videos. So the lack of those cornering lights, you'll know about it if you live in a dark part of the world like I do. So I would say those are 2 boxes you really need to pick. And BMW, this one is for you. If we're already spending over 60k to buy these cars, which I've spent on this one 62k to buy these cars, why do we have to pay for all of those extras? Well, put them in, you know, like cheaper cars have already got them in there, for no extra cost. You know, you can get a Toyota Yaris with all of those safety features for no extra money at all, but you're making us pay for that. That's not cool. All right, just not cool at all. But anyway, complaint over. I love my car. Thank you. All right, I am on location. So yeah, pretty interesting day. All right, day driving. A little bit of maths. So says I've been driving for 4 hours and 9 minutes, 205 miles done, generated very little, but look at that. 4.4 miles per kilowatt hour. The car is doing amazingly well. There's another thing that's been new in the update that I wanted to show you guys. Okay, so the thing that I wanted to show you in the update is this, right? So BMW have started doing this new thing in their update, which I think is really cool. So if you go into like your trips here, you go into the trips and then you go into your journey statistics. Look at some of the cool things that you find here. So you find things like how you've been driving this month and how much you've been using. So obviously as the season changed. Now we're into autumn, it's colder, you know, you got more rain and stuff like that. You find that you're using a lot more. Well, for me, it's not a lot more. So the car has been doing really, really well. I think we're right up there with cars like Teslas and stuff now in terms of like the efficiency, because 4.4 miles per kilowatt hour on a journey like this for 200 miles is amazing. But let me show you what we've got here. So they've given this as 26.7 kilowatt hours per 100 miles, but we want miles per kilowatt hour. So we can take or 100 miles divided by 26.7, so we get in 3.7 miles per kilowatt hour. And if you go back to the warmer months like September, before the season really changed over, look at that, and that was 4 miles per kilowatt hour, 4.1 miles per kilowatt hour. So I think personally this car is competitive with some of, you know, some of the other ones who have better CDs than me. It's been really, really good. And it's really good to have this little bit of statistic as well, because it'll tell me, I can see that I'm using 8% more now than I did in September. It gives you all of these lovely little nuggets. I've been driving mainly in Eco Pro 84% of the times. I've done 711 miles. So have a look at your app, because if you're a bit of a geek like me and you want to geek out on some of this stuff, it's always good to have a quick look at, you know, at stuff like that. I just think it's really nice. So I like that, having that bit of information, having that flexibility. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to sign out here. It's been absolutely amazing hanging out with you guys. I think that's it for now. I'll catch you guys on the next video. But get yourself an i4. It's a pretty good car. And it's pretty expensive too. A bit.